Let's start from Odumase. Well, the Eastern Regional Minister, Eric Kwachidafo, has condemned the actions of the residents of Odumase over Wednesday's clash that has left a 14-year-old boy dead and 2 others in critical condition. He said this at a meeting by the Eastern Regional Security Council over the matter. 35 persons have so far been arrested in connection with the brawl. Yesterday's clash was a climax of weeks of simmering tension and pockets of clashes between residents and police-backed officers of the Power Distribution Service Company. The communities within the Lower Manya-Krobo area of the Eastern region have been fighting power suppliers over what they say, among others, are high electricity bills. We'll be live in the community shortly, but first, here is an eyewitness narrating what happened yesterday.
I was there when everything started. It's like the crowd are moving to the municipal assembly and the police are also standing there. So, to my surprise, I just heard a gunshot from the police to the crowd, and they all depart, moving, running helter-skelter. Before I realized there's a gunshot moving from the municipal assembly to the people. One of the girls shot by the leg, and the other side, both of the legs broke down. And before I realized, the members take her to the hospital. And
where were you before you see this thing?
I was my place at the washing bee before everything started. And the police are moving from the municipal assembly to the other side, shooting with the guns and a whole lot.
Let's get on the grounds right now. Kofi Siao is our man there, our Eastern Regional correspondent. He joins me on the line. Hello, Kofi.
Hello, Gifty.
So we know that RESEC had ended the meeting this afternoon. Tell us the outcomes of that meeting.
Well, the meeting has ended, just as you said, and the regional minister came out to give a briefing as to what transpired at the meeting.
Okay.
And the media sought to know from him exactly what they have been discussing. And he says that they have given advice to the PDS officials to give a human face to happenings at Odumase and the Krobo area, because they cannot use force, as a matter of fact, to undertake the exercise. So the regional minister, but as to what kind of human face he's talking about, he wasn't able to tell. He says they are undertaking further deliberations, and they believe that very soon they will come out with a roadmap as to how they are going to, conduct themselves in the area. So this has been what has been happening at the RESEC meeting, as said by the regional minister.
Well, let's listen to the minister. Kofi, hold on. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Now Ghanaians are wanting us to believe that Akosomo Dam should end for free. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that's how we have to build a nation. Is that how we can build a nation? What about the Bronx? What about the Kwaus, the Gonjes, all of them that have lost their lands? So people in Krobo, please, your Kono is saying that there is nothing to show that something like that exists. It has never existed, never will it exist until their kingdom come. So please, if anybody has anything contrary to what all of us know, they should make it right here known to us. We are all Ghanaians. We are all human beings. We don't want anybody to be mistreated. People should feel free and go about their duties legitimately. If you feel you cannot pay for electricity, cut it off. It is optional.
It is optional, so says the regional minister. Let's go back to Kofi Siang, who is on the line. He is also a man on the ground. Hello, Kofi. I'm going to come back to you. There was a meeting with the chiefs as well of the area. Tell us the outcome of that meeting with the chiefs as well.
Well, that was prior to the RESEC meeting, and the regional minister and the regional police commander and the other security chiefs were at the palace of the paramount chief, that is the corner of the area. And they deliberated on the way forward as to how they're going to bring finality to the happenings at Odumase Krobo and its environs. And in the meeting, it was a closed door. So what happened in the meeting, exactly what the colonel said and what the regional minister said and other security chiefs said, we didn't have it. But the PRO of the Traditional Council spoke to the media and said that the colonel wasn't happy with what was happening in the area and that he wants the security men to find ways of, going about the situation other than using force.
What is the situation now in Odumase? Can you tell us?
Well, the situation is very calm. If you walk in town, you could see there is peace. Everybody is going about his duties very peacefully. But when you move to the municipal assembly, where the incident happened yesterday, that is where there is some amount of tension here, because you could see policemen and some military officers also gathered here, and they are, in fact, giving protection to the municipal assembly premises. So that is the situation here in Odumase. Yesterday,
there was chaos. One person, a 14-year-old boy, we understand, was shot dead. Is there an update to that story?
Well, in fact, the 14-year-old has been confirmed dead by authorities at the St. Martin's de Porres Hospital when the regional minister and his entourage visited the hospital just after the RESEC meeting. The doctor there, Dr. Martin Kuti, confirmed the story to the media, and he said, as of now, no family member has been able to visit the hospital to identify the body. So they are still waiting on whoever the parents are or the relatives are, so that they will be able to, identify the person. So as of now, the person has not been identified by the family. So he keeps on saying that two of the people have situation is very bad. It is very severe. So they've sent them or referred them to the Koforidua St. Joseph Hospital for further treatment. But the rest, he says, have been discharged and they've gone home.
What do the residents tell you?
The residents are telling me they still live in fear, even though the place is very calm. So they expect the security people to, put in their best so that there will be peace forever in this area.
Kofi Siao there. Kofi, thank you very much for that update. We've also been speaking to the Member of Parliament for Lower Manya constituency, Ebenezer Telabi, who says he's unhappy with how the police and the Power Distribution Service Company have handled this matter.
I'm the MP. We have the Kono, they were all involved in the discussion. But then what I realized was that because there was that animosity, people did not want to believe each other. They are taking an entrenched position. I said, well, let's bring in a third party, the regulator, which was a mistake to start, for not bringing them in, in the initial stages. You understand? So they are in now. They have accepted to mediate. They have arranged for a meeting between us and, PDS. That is tomorrow. So yesterday and today, PDS was not supposed to go to Lower Manya to do any disconnection or collection of, bills. But then,
I understand there's a regional security meeting happening now, but you, in your earlier submission, you don't seem to agree with the force that the police used.
Well, seriously, because I thought that was not necessary. Because you see, you earlier on said that there was some, row with the police earlier on.
We are told.
Yes. So when I also went to PDS and I told them that, given the situation, the situation, so it's a little, unstable in the sense that we not too long ago we had, some young, youth demonstrating when the lights were taken off about 3-4 days were in darkness, and they did not understand why they should be in darkness. So they decided to embark on demonstration. The police went in there, and in fact, the outcomes were, distasteful. They shot some of them. Some had broken legs and whatever. And these people are still nursing those wounds. You understand? So if PDS decides to come in and disconnect, and then you come with, the police again, it raises a lot of, suspicion. Even if you are coming to me, right? I don't owe. But then I have just had a brawl with the police. You are coming with the police, wielding guns and things. It raises a lot of concern. So my plea was that they should take the police out. Let's adapt other means of getting the people to pay their bills. And my emphasis again, the people of Lower Manya are not saying they won't pay electricity bill. We are saying that we'll pay realistic electricity bills because we think that the bills that were given to us, right, were faulty. I mean,
Ebenezer Lawi, the MP for Lower Manya. But the Eastern Regional Police PRO DSP Ebenezer Tete has justified the officers' use of force in the wake of the attacks.
The police deployed initially some distance. That will not work. Some of the policemen came under threat. Some have sustained serious injuries. So at a point, the police had to defend themselves, and they did so.
So live rounds were fired.
The self-defense was not to fire directly at the people, but the police had to defend themselves, and they did so.
How many officers have been left injured? You say?
We are talking about 5 officers who are sustained injuries now.
And where are they now? Are they in hospital receiving treatment?
Exactly so.
And so, as we speak, what's the situation on the ground?
The men who arrived from the regional police headquarters, the rapid deployment force officers with the counter-terrorism units have managed to de-escalate the situation as we speak now. It is still an uneasy camp, but they are bent on ensuring that there's a semblance of order, law and order in the place.